Well, I wish I could give you the tea, but mine's just a little bit tart, and that's why it's called Leah's Lemonade. And listen, you know, I got the kings of Crunk up in this thing right here. I'm really excited because we got Trillville and Scrappy. What's going on, y'all? The whole crew here. How you doing?
What's happening?
Bless.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, it is a blessing because after 17 years, the album is on all streaming platforms. How does that feel?
Man, it feels amazing. Get them streams up, you did?
Yeah. All right, another refresh, okay, on the music.
Yeah, another revenue for you, dig?
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, we love to see it, especially in a pandemic, right? Especially when, you know, it's been difficult for artists, and I think a lot of people don't talk about that because of the fact that we assume because you're artist, you make money, right? But it's been a difficult time for everybody, so it's dope to see the album. And the album got classics. Listen, now 17 years ago, child, I was 10. But when the Crunk era came out, y'all, I
think I was 10 too, 17 years ago.
Okay, y'all was in the club beating folk up at 10?
Nah, we weren't quite 10, but we was young though, for sure.
Yeah, because I heard about y'all fighting folk and beating people up. But I mean, that was the essence of the music, right? You can't perform it if you don't live the life, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I don't think we would. My bad, Doug. I don't think we were really trying. I don't think we were trying to live. I think that's just the way it was. Like it was
where it was.
You know,
we were partying. Like we was like partying, making anthems. But then every time my song came on, folks just started fighting, and we was like, "Oh, stop!" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can, and I mean, listen, we got honestly some culture classics on this album. So when you think about how the song has been probably streamed on YouTube or on these other platforms, now y'all starting to see a little bit more of the residuals, because some cut ain't ever went out of style ever.
Never, ever, won't
won't ever.
Infamous dead squeaks.
As long as in style, long as that's in style, that'll never go out.
Wait. Can we discuss the fact that literally when I was 10, I heard that song on the radio, right? So I really didn't start hearing the real words until later. So the radio edit and the real version are totally different. I was fucking appalled when I heard what you were saying. And you talking about you was 10 years old back then. Y'all was nasty in Atlanta. That was violent and nasty as hell. The fuck? Wait, talk about what was y'all's mama saying when y'all would come home performing shit like this? What was the conversation like?
Mamas had to clean her.
I was the one that wrote it, so when I came home, she was like, "Oh my God, oh my goodness, what is that?" You need to change those lyrics, but yeah, I kept them the same, man. You know what I'm saying? It's history.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, y'all came from the era of Nuck If You Buck, which I went to Howard, I went to HBCU, never will die. I mean, literally, the black, Negro spiritual, when you feel that,
I seen somebody with a meme from that earlier. They was like, it was a lady, she was like, this new age different, like, I told her to go in her room, clean her room on. She went in there and played Nuck If You Buck. She said, so I went in my living. She said I went in my living room and I played I Beat Your Ass. You know what I'm saying? And she said it was like they were arguing back and forth with the music.
Yeah. And Nuck If You Buck is one of them songs that even if you're really not about that life, it make you feel like it. Like I'm sure it's a bunch of people who heard that song on the way to a fight and didn't know it was gonna end the way it ended with them getting their ass whooped. Like that's that type of song. You know what I'm saying? That got that energy on it. Yeah. So, I mean, y'all come from a classic era of hip hop and honestly created a wave and a sound that has stuck out and in my opinion, put Atlanta on the map in a certain sense. So when we see these like new subgenres of hip hop, what do you think are like some of the newer sounds of hip hop that were literally based off of the Crunk era?
You got what's Duke Deuce, shout out to him. You got who?
Waka Flocka.
Like even the drill music has that feel.
Yeah.
Drill music.
It's drill music. All the drill music sound like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
check game. Like, cause we used to have a problem back in the day. Like, people would go ask Jeezy, T.I., or somebody, one of the trap boys, like, hey, what I'll be doing crunk music too, because they had the same beats, and they'll be like, nah, this trap music right here, we don't do crunk music. So, but they still used our sound. They were using our sound. You feel what I'm saying? Because they couldn't get the crowd. They couldn't get the crowd to move if you just sitting there rapping. Just you had to have that crunk vibe still. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. You know, they couldn't even last on stage with us. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't even last on stage.
Yeah, we had to go first.
Yeah.
You go after us, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Oh yeah.
It's a wrap. And we're gonna throw water on you.
Yup.
Everything.
Oh yeah. And the baby, he was lyrical, but that's the shit that he do. That's all what we were doing. That's all straight up.
Yep.
All that energy shit, all that jumping in, all that. That was where we was at. I'm still there. You feel what I'm saying? I can't even do a show without doing it.
Nah, I live. So then let me ask you this: if we were to do a Crunk Verzuz, okay, because Verzuz is, you know, they pulling from every genre, showing love. So I'm just saying, like, if y'all could see a Verzuz going down with y'all against some other subgroup, or what we thinking about? Who we thinking?
What do you think, Don P?
Hey, whoever accept the challenge, you know what I'm saying? Especially out there. It could be anybody, franchise, D4L, it could be anybody.
Oh yeah, anybody can get it.
Oh, we can take it to New York.
They try to leave us out, but I don't think it's nobody that can compare to us for real. We'll really damn near have to go against ourselves. Hold on.
Yeah. Hey, BLB versus Dipset.
Yeah.
Oh.
666. You feel me?
Oh.
You feel me? Like, we'll take them all. We'll take them all. Like, bring them in, we take them down. You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah. BLB versus 666.
Hypnotize.
Yeah.
Let's go. What's happening? Holla at me, Juicy.
Yeah.
What we doing?
All that.
Oh shit now. Okay. All right. All right. So talk to me about that time. You know, we talked about clubbing, but like, you know, music was so different when y'all were out. Like I remember running home and watching 106 in Park and watching these shows and these songs premiere and getting in touch with artists. You know, what do you think is the key difference from when y'all were first coming out to right now and the way that music is going? Because I feel like back then you had to earn your stripes a little bit more. Now, if you got a TikTok song, you could be number one. So how has the game changed, and how do artists like you, who did come up at such an instrumental time in hip hop, transition and flow with that type of change?
I feel like,
I mean, you had
we got a built-in work ethic. You feel what I'm saying? So we come from actually like getting out in the street, passing CDs out, getting on the stage, doing free show, then to getting big money shows,
kissing babies.
Yeah, doing outside autograph, going to do radio after the show at 4:00 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even have to move now. You know what I'm saying? But if everything fails, if the internet fails, we can still go. We still good. You know what I'm saying? Like they couldn't survive. You know what I'm saying? Like we can actually. I be looking at some of the little homies. I be like, bro, like you can't be tired. You can't be tired. You just did 2 shows. You just did 2 shows. Like I can do 4 shows, and then
plus a meet and greet.
Yeah, plus a meet and greet and radio.
Plus a meet and greet. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, I'm talking about we really was working. Like they don't have to work, but at the same time, like you ask how we flowing now. I mean, it's kind of easy for us because they really just gave us another outlet to just get our shit off. Because at first we didn't have nothing. We just had radio and TV.
Now it's digital.
Vince, talk to me about how you were building around them. Like, was it like I see it, we ready to go?
You got an echo. I couldn't hear that.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was saying, talk to me, because I know you were instrumental in them coming up, and talk to me about what it was like in that time and that moment for you.
Yeah, so for me, me and Lil Jon, we had the label B&B going. We had been building it up for years, and we had been, completely independent for a long time. So kind of going back to what they said, back then you could be independent in Atlanta, be the biggest artist in the region, and a label might not give you a deal, right? So back then you really could go almost your whole career. If you did more like street rap music, you might not get a major label deal. Um, so around that time, people were starting to pay attention to the South. They were starting to pay attention. Outkast and Goody Mob had kind of laid the pavement and a lot of the early work. But still, artists like Lil Jon was not getting a deal. So we had been independent for 5 years. And now John had finally gotten his national breakout record with the record Bia Bia. And as things were really starting to bubble, we knew it was time to grow the Crunk brand, and you can't really have a movement without more artists included.
Right.
So famously Don P called me and talked to me about I just want to get the music in the right hands. People keep telling him if he could get the music in the right hands. So I came out to see. He came over to see me. He played the music for me. He played Get On My Level. I thought it was a hit. I told him I thought he should really work that Get On My Level record. He started working that one. And a couple months later, he called me and said, come see us perform. So I came out to a teen club because they were all teenagers then. Pulled up to a teen club to see, Trillville do Get On My Level. And the crowd was going crazy for it. I said, okay, this is it. It's time. Let's get to working. I already had kind of put Don P in touch with John, and he was leaving hooks on John's phone and everything. But before I left, the DJ says, y'all know what's next. And I waited for a second, and at that moment, everybody in the club started punching their hands with their fists. And they got ready to do head bustle. And I said, wait a minute, let me see what's going on. Because everybody, the girls, the DJ, security, the owner of the club, the promoter, everybody was punching their hands with their fists. So I waited, and Scrappy came out, and I was like, oh man, this guy's crazy too. So I waited around and caught him after the club, after his performance, and was like, I want you to come join on board too. So now I got, Trillville and Scrappy, introduced him to John, and the rest was history.
Yeah. And and what a classic sound that created. Now, I want to know, because I know when you're in the studio, y'all putting down hella songs at once. But what was the one song y'all put down that y'all knew the minute y'all finished, like, nah, this is a hit. Like, this is it. Or were any of your songs that were for y'all?
Back then, we thought pretty much, especially when we got with John, we thought every song
was a hit.
Everything.
Yeah. Like when you in the studio with John, you just, anything he touched, you just be like, oh yeah, this it right. Like we have full blown celebrations after every song. Like everybody be dapping each other up, high five, and like yeah. Like you think
we won the championship.
Yeah.
I'd have had to tell people, you know what, bro? This the last dap, bro.
Right. You know what I mean?
It's the last dap, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was thrown off to know in doing my research that you all used a rocking chair as the infamous what everybody thought was a mattress.
Oh yeah. We got the chair somewhere.
Wait, you got the chair?
Tell the story.
Wait, okay,
yeah. It one of them studio chairs.
Yeah, when we was in the studio, John was finishing the beat. That squeak wasn't in the beat yet, so the beat wasn't really finished. So when he was rocking in the chair, Craig Love was playing the guitar. You know what I'm saying? He was like, John, what's that? And he like, what you talking about? You know what I'm saying? He like that sound. And he was doing it again. He was like, that sound right there. He was like, oh, that's some squeaks. And so he put the recorder down there to record the squeaks, and he just put it in the beat. And there you go. You have squeaks in the beat. So everybody thought that was a big.
Wait, not Don P having history in the studio with him. That's an actual chair.
That's a chair.
Actual studio chair.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I stole the chair from the studio. This is
Hey,
the chair.
they slid.
I stole this money.
Hey, and everybody is using that shit. They always using that shit. They
Yeah.
always using that shit.
First of all, y'all need to get out to the goddamn hip hop museum. What is this?
I can't believe you got the chair.
Exactly.
I cannot believe you had the chair. Don P, you stole the chair.
Yes, I took the chair, bro.
Yes,
How did you know to take the chair?
Yeah, this is the chair.
How you know to take it? How you know to take it?
I had to have it. I had to have it. I had to have a chair. I loaded it up in my truck and brought it to the crib. I'd have had it ever since.
Wow.
Oh my God. Nobody knew that.
Yeah.
The facts come out right now on this show.
They didn't even know. This is the first time I'm letting this out. Like, I have the chair.
I can't wait till I tell John. I'm telling John.
That came straight. And look, he stole that straight from Stank on You.
No. That was at Sound
Lab.
Oh, Sound Lab. My bad. Sound Lab.
Yeah, Sound Lab.
Sound Lab.
Yes, I'm selling this on the NFT auction. It's going up.
Well, we
Going up
don't
now.
sold it. We don't sold it.
Upload it now.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Okay, listen. I also wanted to ask this, Scrap, because obviously, you from doing music moved on to do television. You love hip hop, which you're still on. Would you almost reinvented yourself in a way, doing that again, because you had this successful run at music and then you disappeared for a little bit off the scene? Not necessarily disappeared, but were under the radar for a bit and then came back and did Love and Hip Hop. And I saw in an interview recently you said that, you maybe a few years ago just got smart about the way you utilize that platform and how you make it work for you. What's your advice to artists? Because again, as we talked about, now with music, it comes like this, right? It takes one song, it takes one TikTok. But what is the true essence of the long game and how artists can really create a music moment to a music lifetime?
Basically, like everything that you're involved with got to link together. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing this, I learned this just from watching, being a student of the game, watching people like Jay-Z. You feel what I'm saying? Like he'll have everything that he's involved with tied into his music because that's what people know him from. They know
Right.
we don't, they don't really, our people know me from music. New people, they know me from TV. But all you have to do is just link them, link everything together. Everything gonna have to come together because that's who I am. I'm a musician. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a musician and you want to do TV or you want to sell cars or you just gotta tie everything in and it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense. Because there ain't no other way to do it. You know what I'm talking about? Like, there's no way in the hell like people understand love and hip hop without having all the love without the hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have the music. Because that's the only way they attach to me on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like they be like, oh, Scrappy the rapper. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, yeah. It ain't Scrappy the TV guy. They be like Scrappy the rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like by me being a rapper on TV, it would be who of me or who of anybody to bring your music to that platform so it could be seen in a wider spectrum. You know what I'm saying? A bigger platform. Seen by the masses, heard by the masses. You know what I'm saying? It's like they seeing your business, they seeing your love life and all the little ratchet shit you got going on. So if they see that, they definitely got to see the music. If you throw that bitch in there too, you feel me?
Yeah. And I was gonna say, all of you have all branched off into music during this time. Don P, I know you have produced for damn near everybody.
Yeah.
And their mama. So I guess the same question to all of you, when in this game, because again, sometimes I think, the assumption is when we don't see your face, you're not moving, but obviously all of you have still been in music and still been working. So what is your advice?
Yeah, I mean, like Scrappy said, you got to tie it all in. And right now I'm working on a documentary and a movie for our time period. So it's going to be a timepiece. It's gonna be real nostalgic, you know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna talk about how we came up, you know what I mean? How Scrappy came up, how Trillville came up, and you know, we're gonna dive a little bit into how Vince and BME, you know, starting from us, you know, how we came up with John and all that stuff and Crime Mob. So we actually about to give you a glimpse into the backstory of it, because you know this before social media. So
Right.
now everybody, you see everybody whole come up. Now you didn't see our come up, you just saw us when we got there. So we want to show you our come up, how we came up, what we had to go through, and then who we are today. So we got the brand new movie coming out. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be stupid, and the documentary. So y'all gonna see stuff y'all ain't even ever seen before, learn stuff that y'all ain't even know about us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I've been working on, film and producing for sure. Always.
And also look, and P Gang, also I got a new record out right now called Georgia Floyd. I just want to throw that in there. You feel what I'm saying? I like
video.
He said, yeah, like B said, like, you know, and like you said, we still been working. Like, just because you don't see nobody's face or you don't, it would be hard for us to stop doing what we love. You know what I'm saying? If we really love it, you know what I'm saying? Like it emotionally like drives me. You know what I'm saying? To do music. You know what I'm saying? Like it helps my life, my whole life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure it helped the fellas too. Cause I don't remember not one time being on the road and we weren't doing music, bro. Like even when you do shows, you do tours and stuff like that. The music don't stop. You still gotta make music. You still gotta keep that thing going.
Yeah.
Man, I built the whole studio in my house.
So
I got a whole studio in my house.
I'm on the way,
Like,
Jack.
like they said, hey,
I
music
got to
is
be ready for you, boy.
the source, bro.
Hey, don't get started.
well, me, I just been, you know what I'm saying, writing and, you know what I'm saying, doing my merch, get my merch game up, you know what I'm saying, with the music as well. Like you say, you got to tie all that stuff in there. Go out society to get wealthy on purpose. It's just not about getting money. It's about health, wealth, you know what I'm saying, and generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to get the money on purpose. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's all I've been doing, just writing, doing this merch. And Mr. Funkadelic out now on all platforms.
All right.
Period. And that's what I was just about to say. I mean, since we 17 years later getting the album and streaming services, could we ever see a collaborative second album? I'm just, another one.
We talking about that now.
Yeah.
Scrappy Triville #2. Triville Scrappy #2. We I mean, we the best that done did it, man. Like I know it's a lot of new folk out there, and we don't even go against them because they not even in our era. But it's like they can't do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody do what we do. And the music that when we come together, like all us, and we all four come together, like that's a beast. And they used to like Vince used to tell us a long time ago, he'd be like, yo, like all y'all gotta do is just come together. Y'all know what y'all to do. Like, and we the shit, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you. We shit.
Come on, talk your shit.
I'm telling you, all through, if we drop some shit, motherfucker gonna have a headache because they gonna be like, here this shit go again. God damn. Like we got different, we can't even do they at every Rolling Loud, they at all the time, we can't even perform. Like they just, I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
So that's when you see where they got it from. That's when you see the root. You see the root, then you be like, oh, that. So hold on. Oh, they do that? I think I seen a new dude doing all that. Yeah, they got it from us, bro. Because when we first went out, when I first went on the road with John, them folk used to look at me and John like we were crazy because we would lit the fuck up with Crunk. They'd be like, why they jumping and shit? Why they screaming? Like what's going on? And then now everybody do the same thing, but they say they came up with it. Like, okay.
Yeah. Festival style performance. The festival style performance is what you guys were doing before festivals.
Exactly.
Yeah. To jump up and down and get people turned like that.
Oh man, you can go see the Spring Blings, the MTV Spring Breaks, and all that. We could kill all. You can download this shit. You can download this shit. Like we ain't hard to find, baby. Like please believe they studying. Please believe they studying. All they do is study. It's just that in our era, we gave the OGs they props because we knew where we got it from, and we didn't want to hide it. We want to keep the history going. You know what I'm saying? But now they just want to take it for themselves. Like, we did it. Okay. But we finna come back and let them know where they got it from, man. That leather belt trying to
Trillville
come out.
Scrappy
You feel
too,
me?
baby.
Yeah, Trillville Scrappy too. That leather belt finna come out. That leather belt finna come out. Daddy home. You feel me?
Hey.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Listen, if y'all do a versus, I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna stretch, okay? I'm gonna get the icy hot out because I'm gonna be ready, okay? Okay.
Icy hot.
Yes, man.
Icy hot. Hey, listen, I was 10 when that shit came out. It was a different type of energy. I'm 30, okay? Can't do what I used to do, but I'm gonna be fucked either way, okay?
I love it.
Paved an era. So again, thank you guys. I don't want to keep you for too long. Before I go, I have to say congratulations to Scrappy because you just had a baby.
Yes, baby.
Congratulations, bro.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Real.
Yes, man. Congratulations, bro. Number 4.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
number
4.
Is that it? Is it 4 and done, or you got one more in you?
Oh no, that's 4 and done. You feel what I'm saying? I don't look. If God bless me, I told God, you bless me one more time. I don't even know. I don't even know where the eye gonna come from, where the other eye gonna come from. Watch these motherfuckers. You feel me? Like, for real. Like shit.
I can't. You know who you sound like, by the way.
Who that?
Your homeboy Safaree.
Nah. Me and him 2 different people. We 2 different. Nah. We 2 different people. Believe it. That's my dog. That's my dog, but we 2 different people. I clean on to my babies, man. That's my life. That's my lifeline. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he don't, but in my issues that I cling on to my babies too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So that's my lifeline. That's how I still breathe every day. You feel me?
Yeah. Do you? Because I know y'all are friends on the show. Like, do you say something to him, or are we gonna see that play out on this season? Because I mean,
for me, he's trolling right now because he know what he really do with his kids. You know what I'm saying? He know what he really do with his kids. He not like everybody else with their kids. You know, he's from Jamaica. He's an island dude. Like American people, different from island people. Like they don't is the way they handle their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we wouldn't know that if you don't go over there and you don't know their culture. You know what I'm saying? But if you knew their culture, then you'd be like, I see what you know, that dude just an island dude. That's how they get down. But I done seen him with his kids. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him do, you know, but I have had a conversation like, bro, you need to go to that hospital to see your baby, bro. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, he has, but you know, you just gotta. I let people do what they fucking do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, it's Scrappy Trillville, man. That's what we doing. You feel me?
Taking care of your kids. Come on, somebody.
Hey.
Yeah.
Period. Well, listen, I'm gonna let y'all go. I appreciate y'all's time again. A culture classic, and I'm excited. Everybody, if you want to give your social medias, let everybody know where they can follow everybody and look for documentaries and new music. Let us know.
Scrappy the Great. I don't mean to cut nobody out. My bad. Scrappy the Great on Instagram, Real Scrappy on Twitter, and everything else. I got the Committable Edible Company coming your way, merch company coming your way, and like Don P said, man, we got the movie, the documentary, we got everything. We ain't gonna stop, Jack.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, Don P. Trillville on IG and official Trillville on IG.
And Mr. Funkadelic on IG, Funkadelic Music on Twitter, Squad Society up here on IG. You know what I'm talking about? And Mr. Funkadelic out on all platforms. Go get that.
Hey, what's happening? Little Atlanta Trill, LA Edwards, you know what I'm saying? Get at me. Triville Scrappy 2 on the way. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Get it.
And I'm Vince Phillips, ESQ on IG.
And that's the motherfucker that put that nigga on.
That's there right now, boy. Hey,
you did.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you guys again, and well, everybody grab a cup, throw it back, and sip on all of that.
Oh yeah, all that.